And now here we go with round number 3. Hanzen has ridden into his. This is the classic Gold Paladin versus Royal Paladins, the fight of the knights. And Hanzen here has ridden into his Dual Knights, which is actually more of a support in this deck. But actually, it's always a good card to ride into with her multi attacks. Okay, and Hanzen here starting off with all the multi attacks in the world. When the other G2 has been reridden, the power that rides onto it, that is placed on top of it, gains 10k. So that attack is now 19. And with another attack here, Hanzen is gonna have another more soul to call 2 more units. He's gonna have more multi attacks at this point. Chooses not to use it. 2 heal triggers. This is bad for Hanzen. He doesn't want to see those early heal triggers. And here we go. Yes, more multi-attacks at this point. And with those 2 triggers given to the back of the unit, it will be a very big number for Aaron. Aaron is now being pushed to, I think, possibly 5 damage here. He has not much choice. This is the power of Dual Knights. Dual Knights can easily just explode on you with all the multi attacks, and as a force clan, it has the power boost and more units to call. Oh my god, I don't know if Aaron is able to survive this. I think this is gonna be a quick game. Turns bottom and then another 5k soul charge. Very big numbers here, and Aaron is still stuck at grade 1. I don't know Hanzen is able to. I don't know if he can survive the relentless assault. Oh no. Aaron is now forced to 2 hand cards. He has no choice but to take this. And that's the problem with Spectral Duke. Spectral Duke needs his hand cards. He needs units to field. Hanzen just basically exploded onto Aaron. Aaron is now left weak and wanting more hand cards, but hope at least he can recover because of the Spectral Duke's, the grade 2 Vortimer's effect when ridden by a Spectral Duke, and then with an Axel 2, he can draw into more hand cards, but I don't think it's enough to field what he needs. And he has gotten both Kaiden and the G1, meaning he is able to draw and call a unit. So at least Aaron is able to come back here. Aaron might be able to come back because of all the free pluses from Spectral Duke and his friends. This is the strength of Gold Paladin. Gold Paladin just randomly calls, randomly draws. But I think that's just enough for Aaron because later on at 4 damage, he's able to triple drive. So meaning he's able to get more hand cards to be able to survive Hanzen's next turn. So what do you do now? Yes, I think Aaron now is forced to restand just to be able to push. So what do you do now? Aaron is now multi-attacking. What do you do now? Hanzen is just safe here with the 1 damage. I don't think he needs to take either of them, but Spectral Duke has an effect in which if the opponent is grade 3 and if you have a grade 2 Vortimer, he has an inherent additional critical. So I don't think Hanzen wants to take any damage from Spectral Duke, or he can take it, but there's always the threat of a critical trigger in Aaron's drive checks. He no guards the Vanguard. Safe, there is no critical triggers. That just means he's just taking 2 damage. And most like, oh my god, is that 2 triggers? And another 20k power to to Hansen's Vanguard, I mean, and 20 more power Aaron needs to get over. How good do you have to be in this game to getting triggers? I think at that point, this is a no guard for Hansen, or even just guard just to be able to securely. Yeah, he's not gonna let Aaron do any damage at this point. Triple drive yields nothing. Oh my god, I don't know. Not even one. Is oh no, Aaron, what do you do at this point? I think you can just attack the rear guards. Or attack the vanguard, but your units can't hit. I don't know why. It's Hanzen is getting all the luck here, and Aaron is basically stuck doing nothing. And he guards the rear guard just to make sure that he has one more attack for the next turn. Restanding. Hanzen is thinking of whether riding into the Ashley. But however, Ashley is very hand card dependent to be able to activate her effect. So what do you do now, Hansen? Soul Charge 1 plus 5k. This is 25,000. I'm sorry. Yes, this is 25,000 to the Vanguard. Aaron can basically say no guard, but does he want to? Because if my math is correct, Hansen has enough hand cards for the Salome to restand. It will be hard for him to just. It will be hard for Aaron at this point. Counting, making sure that there are no triggers. Oh no, Aaron is making sure that he is able to live the next turn. One damage, no guards, and no trigger. Aaron is now at the back foot. Hansen has more slews of attacks coming Aaron's way. First check, second check, and activate effect. Counter plus one, call 3 units. 1, 2, 3. And if you call 3 units, you can Soul Blast 4 and the Vanguard can restand. This is the power of the Jewel Knights. They simply able to explode with damage and mark. Aaron is making sure that he can guard any of them, but he's gonna have a hard time considering that he did get a trigger earlier. This is a 33,000 Vanguard attack. I don't know how Aaron's gonna do this. He has a perfect guard. Do you want to? But at least at this point, there's no more attacks coming Aaron's way. So if you can guard this. First check, second check. Oh no, another critical trigger. Just stop with the critical triggers. What can Aaron do at this point? Even if he survives, I don't think he has enough to do anything for his turn. Aaron making sure that there is enough hand cards or enough to guard, but I don't think still has enough for the other rear guard. Aaron keeps on counting cards. Gonna have a hard time. I mean, even I'm sweating. I'm here thinking, how do you even if you survive this turn, how do you even win at this point? So what do you do now, Aaron? Do you just hope for the best and for a heal trigger? Or do you guard and basically waste all your hand cards, doing nothing the next turn? Very tense match here. Aaron is making sure that he has enough for his hand and to be able to play cards the next turn. But oh no, here we go. That's just enough to guard, but only one hand card left in hand. And Aaron is basically has nothing to do at this turn. What can Aaron even do with one hand card? Spectral Duke needs 3 units to be able to restand. The Vanguard attack, yes. Hanzen's not gonna give any breathing room to Aaron. Aaron is basically just a wet puppy at this point. No guarding it because he knows that he's safe. And another Salome turn. Oh, he rides into Ashley. And when Salome is ridden over, he gets another 10k and a drive check. So I think that's a good play to go for Zen. I don't think Aaron is coming back from this unless he gets 2 heal triggers. What do you do now, Aaron? There's basically just no guard. Even I can see that there's not much here for him to go on with just 2 drive checks. And here we have Hanzen winning the game. Being able to explode on grade 3 and re-ride into the solo was a very good match for him. Spectral Luke needing all those hand cards to be able to multi-attack. Aaron just couldn't survive the explosive power of Jewel Knights. This is a reason why Jewel Knights is a very top deck.